world? It is your boy Jaystar. We're back again with a showdown video, man. Great showdown game for me, at least, because of the fact that this is my team, the Green Bay Packers, baby. We should be bouncing back strong in this game, hopefully, but I am a little worried, and I'm going to get into those worries and break this whole game down for y'all so that way y'all can get into picking the right players, for both sides of the field, because, I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to give you just period, like what they can expose for the Green Bay Packers defense and things like that. I like to always go through each defenses and tell you what's the best matchup and where they should be able to, win the matchup for, every player on each team. That way you can try to pick the right players, when it comes to captain or just putting them in your lineup to build the right lineup and win this big money. But let's get right into it. So both teams in this game run a different style of defense. So we got the Green Bay Packers who run a 3-4 style defense and the Chicago Bears who run a 4-3 defense. I'm going to get right into the Green Bay side of where they should try to expose and have the best opportunity to be captain or just to be part of the lineup. So far, since it's a 4-3 defense that the Bears run, you're going to have to attack it with the run. And Green Bay already said, I believe the offensive coordinator and everything like that already talked about this week that they're going to get the running backs the ball way more than what they did the last game. And they should have got them the ball way more because they outplayed everybody else on that field, even Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Jones only had, 4-5 attempts, which is crazy. He usually get about 13 to 15 every game. And then A.J. Dillon, I believe, had a little bit more, but he usually gets about 15, 18. Last season was getting about 15, 18. In the reception, yeah, he got targeted great and everything like that. But, I expect way more attempts in this game. Like, they're at home, too. It's usually always the home back. The Packers usually try to play a style of play where they have long drives. They keep the possession of the ball the longest. They just play kind of slow, period. And I think they're going to have to lean heavily on this run game because Rodgers has no comfortable, receiver to throw the ball to yet. He has to build some type of chemistry, and I think the best way for them to do it is just lean heavily on the run. And then have the run open up big plays for Rodgers, and hopefully, the receivers don't drop the ball when the big play does open for them. But he has to build some type of chemistry with these receivers. Hopefully he has the patience to do so because we do have a tough schedule this year. But so the best way to say best players that have the chance to be captain on the Packers side, I would have to fade Rodgers out of that, but I would have to say Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. Only reason why I say no Rodgers is because, like I said, I don't know who he's going to be most comfortable with throwing the ball to. If Allen Lazard is there, I feel like that's his best, most reliable to him, and what I want to say, most chemistry that he has with target. Dude had, I believe, 11 touchdowns, I think, last season, or about 9 or 11 touchdowns last season. So he was pretty high up there in it. So one of his best red zone targets. So I feel like if they're getting to the red zone a few times, at least in this game, Allen Lazard can definitely hit on that and also could hit on a big play down the field. I know he doesn't really have great separation or anything, but he does catch contested catches very well. So, and Rodgers throws one of the best balls in the league. So I definitely can see Allen Lazard being in play for a big play and also be able to be a captain in this lineup. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be Rodgers. I don't think it's anybody else either from this team. But as for just other pass catching weapons besides Lazard, if he plays or not, I would have to say yes, definitely. Sammy Watkins is in play because you're looking for big play receivers. If he can just catch the ball, if they even play him enough too as well, because Christian Watson, man, did get behind coverage, beat out a Pro Bowl, cornerback. I know he's getting older, but beat out a Pro Bowl cornerback on his first play in the league, man. The first play of the season, man, it was crazy. I just wish he would have caught the ball because the whole game would have been a lot different, gone a lot different if he just would have caught that ball and got the touchdown early. Could have probably had a 100-yard game against the Vikings. So, but being able to get past a Pro Bowl cornerback and Patrick Peterson already lets me know that this boy has it. Like, he really can be that receiver. And so I just feel like you gotta go out there and prove it. Especially you gotta prove it when you got a quarterback like Rodgers, who's very impatient, doesn't like to make his best pass of the whole game be dropped and things like that. He'll just send you out the game. But I did see another thing in this game was the chemistry was more with Romeo Doubs over Christian Watson, over even Sammy Watkins in that game. So definitely I have to say Romeo Doubs, he gets in the game, it feels like he kind of trusts him a little more. He just ran the routes really crisp, and everything. Didn't really drop too many other passes. Didn't really make as many mistakes either in that game. So I definitely think Romeo Doubs is in play. Also, I would say, though, even though the matchup probably isn't the best for tight end, but I feel like Tyen is just a really good tight end. Didn't really get in the game a lot because of the injury he was coming back from. That was his first game back on the field, for since a while now. I don't know if that was like game 8, I believe, of last year's season when we played the Cardinals. That's when he got hurt, so he has been out since week 8. And that was his first game back. So I feel like this game he should be more a part of more snap counts and more a part of more plays. And I know Aaron Rodgers does trust him, so I do feel like he's still in play too as well in this game. And so also, I would have to say, since this game will probably be a heavy run game for at least Green Bay, if they did decide, if they do control the game though, and the pace of the game, and just the outcome of this game, I feel like the defense is very in play in this game. And I know they did very poor the last game. What did they get? Fantasy 1 point, but got exposed by a really good team, man. A team with a lot of elite weapons in Thielen and Jefferson, even in Cooks, like those, just having those three alone can put a lot of pressure on any defense in the league. I don't care how good you are, because all those receiver options, even Cook is a receiver option, but also just the run game and everything like that with those. Every weapon is just elite over there. So and then you got KJ Osborne, who's not a bad weapon as well, and Irv Smith. So it just puts too much pressure on the defense, where if you have a one-on-one matchup and you get the right matchup, you're going to be able to score, on any team with that type of offense. So I believe, that team just made it a lot harder, and they came out just ready to go, and Packers did not. So I just feel like, though, the defense should be more pumped up. Controlling the pace of the game and controlling the game with the run game could bring this defense into having a high scoring defensive opportunities. I feel like putting the pressure on Fields to have to throw the ball in this game will be really big. Will be really needed for the defense to be able to have like 4 sacks in one game, really, because of the fact that Fields has one of the worst lines in the league. And I feel like if you don't give him time, he could be exposed and get some maybe sack fumbles, maybe throws a pick because if he get hit while he's trying to throw, but I will also have to say though, so that's why I want to say the defense is very in play. I don't know about Crosby as a kicker. You could toss him in if you wanted to do like a 5v1 type of lineup type of thing. But on the other side of the game, I do have to say the best weapon is Fields. Like by far, if this boy gets going and just gains the confidence that he needs, because last season it just felt like Rodgers went scored on them, ran that ball in, said he owned them, and it just felt like he took the heart out of this boy for the whole season, even when they played him again and he went to Green Bay and everything. But I feel like he's definitely the best weapon out there, just because I don't care what defense you have. We have one of the fastest defense, but I don't really care because of the fact when you have a rushing quarterback, it doesn't matter what defense you play or how good you are, because you can cover everybody. When they decide to run, they can break for 20, just 10 yards, just get that first down when you don't need them to get the first down, and they get it, and it just doesn't really matter how great your defense is. And I expect this boy to run. I think he ran, let's see, how many yards did he run for the last game? 28 yards rushing, 11 attempts though. Like if he runs 11 attempts every game, and I feel like he's ready, prepared to do that because of the fact his line breaks down. Like they do not hold enough time in the pocket for him to be able to throw the ball. He did go against a really good line in that game too with San Francisco, and I think he's basically going against another good one again. But I believe he's just way more confident this year, even though we didn't get to see enough of what he could do. It was a rainy game, so you really didn't get to see enough of what he can do in the pass. He did pass one least nice pass, I believe, to Pettis across the field and everything, after the ran out the pocket and everything like that, and threw all the way across the field to Pettis wide open. So it did show in the rain, which is crazy. I don't know what he's going to be able to do now that he's playing in a better weather game. But I know he's definitely the best weapon to run at captain in this game, because if he gets any confidence with running the ball, passing out for running the ball, he can just rush in a touchdown in this game, keep them in the game, even win this game, really. So he's definitely by far the best weapon, if I had to say, even as a run back in this game. If you're thinking if Green Bay is winning this game, you want a 5v1, 4v2, he's probably the best run back in this game. So, but as well as I would say, since he's going against a 3-4 defense, he needs to attack the slot and the tight end. His slot player is Pettis, and then we also have Komet here, which I know they barely had any targets, but y'all got to remember that it was a horrible rainy game. It's not going to be a lot of passing going on in a rainy game. So in a different type of atmosphere of a game, I definitely see Pettis and Komet getting a lot of targets. They can expose the defense. They have the best matchup. If they do though decide to move Mooney around like the way Jefferson was moved around, he's definitely in play. So, but why is a captains on this side? Fields is the best one when it comes to opportunity to get 20 plus fantasy. Mooney is in play as he if they're able to move him around. If they don't move him around, I would say Pettis is actually probably the better receiving option. To if you want to even throw a captain spot, you can do that. If you want to say Fields and he's hitting Pettis and things like that throughout the game with Komet, I think Pettis will have the best matchup. But like I said, Komet is also very in play just because Packers didn't even really get exposed because in the tight end, and it's kind of a position where they give up points at. So Komet will definitely be in play. But the Vikings just didn't have to go there because Jefferson was killing us. But Mooney definitely, like I said, if they move him around, he could be captain too. If you think he's going to move around in this game and they're going to find ways to give him the best matchup, then he definitely could be captain in this game. Should get way more targets. Like I said, these targets, don't pay attention to the targets in this game because most people all had one. It was a raining game. He didn't even get to throw the ball. How many times did he throw the ball in this game? Attempted 17 passes. Yeah, exactly. Like I expect his passing to go up a lot. Period this season compared to what he did last season. I do expect him to rush though 11 times almost every game just because his line isn't good. I don't know if the defense is really in play too much on the Bears side because I don't know if they're really going to be winning this game. But if somehow they do get up and win this game, be up winning this game, it's going to be hard for the Packers to just continue to run the ball, and it could put pressure on Rodgers to throw the ball to some receivers that he might not, really trust as much yet, and it could cause another pick, could be a pick six. So I would throw in the Bears defense too as well. Like I said, I don't really know about the kickers too much being heavily involved in this game too much. Santos is always usually a kicker that kind of miss a lot of kicks too, so I wouldn't want the Bears kicker. If I had to pick any kicker, it would be Crosby. And I think that's really all the weapons I would pick. Pringle is, you can also toss him in there. As well as I believe, let me see, did Montgomery do more of the pass catching or did targeted 4 times? And let me see, the Herbert, I know he had the touchdown in this game. Okay, so his targets are lower. It looks like they're going to go with Montgomery then more for the pass catching ability. So Montgomery is definitely involved too, because if you're thinking that Fields is not going to get a lot of time, he's going to have to dump it off a lot. And definitely Montgomery will be in play for that. Komet is definitely in play for that. Mooney is going to more be out wide, so he probably won't be able to see him most of the time. He has to dump and really quick, get the ball out real quick. This is Montgomery and Komet heavily just, even if you're thinking in a run back too, Komet and Montgomery, but I just feel like Fields has more of an advantage to rush the ball better in this game because you never really expect the quarterback to leave the pocket like that and rush. So he's definitely going to pick up more yards, I feel like, than Montgomery if he runs 11 times compared to Montgomery had 17 attempts, 26 yards against the last team he played. But I definitely feel like in the pass catching ability for him, it definitely can get him to pass, even maybe the points of Fields too. So if you want to run back Montgomery, pretty good run back to run back. But like I said, Komet would probably be my favorite run back, just because of the fact that Fields, I can see him being very pressured in this game and having a lot of dumps to Komet. And he's just so cheap, man. Like 5 to 6 targets or something like that could get you the points that's needed, for a run back or just to put in your lineup. And that's probably really the cheapest person I would go to down here. I know Jawan Renfrey did get in the game for a pretty nice catch and everything, but yeah, it's probably the lowest I would really go is somebody like a Komet, just because maybe people won't be on him as much because he really didn't get no targets in the last game too. So really could be a low owned person. And like I said, the Packers do give up the tight end, man. If they had another tight end, I probably would take him. Also though, St. Brown is going against his old team. So on the Bears here, let me see, where is he at? Because I know he's pretty cheap. I know he outplayed though because he got the touchdown, so they put him up a little higher because he got the touchdown in this game. Could be a good weapon too because he's pretty tall too. He's like 6'4", and I thought he was gonna play more in the slot. If he moves into the slot, he could be a really good weapon for Fields to throw to the ball to in this game as well. So those are all the options, like I'm saying, that you can pick on. But like I said, for the best captains by far for Chicago, it's Fields first to me, and then I could say, Montgomery could be in play if he gets a lot of dumps at captain. Mooney, if he's moving around, could be a good captain. If not, it's supposed to be Pettis, like I said. So it'd be Pettis. I know he's cheaper and everything like that. If you want to have a cheaper captain like him, he's the best captain on that side. And like I said, on the Packers side, it's got to be all the running backs, man. You talking about Aaron Jones, definitely 18, 300 and stuff like that. I mean, he's very in play, to be a good captain, like I said. But even if you take him at captain, or if you want to take AJ Dillon in the captain spot, I still feel like you might want to have both running backs in this game, because they're going to heavily rely on them to win this game for them. So even in the pass catching, I feel like they both might get equal opportunities compared to the last game, how AJ Dillon outplayed him when it comes to targets. I feel like you can get probably 6 targets to Aaron Jones, because real talk, to me, the best weapons out there on the field for the Green Bay Packers are the running backs. They are the number one wide receivers for this team right now. It's the only people that Rodgers trusts the most, and they're really good running backs at even just doing what they're supposed to do and running the ball. The line should be there, I believe, completely healthy finally for Rodgers in this game. So he should be more protected, and just the run, a hole should open up even better because of that. So I do feel like at home, both of these running backs could be in this lineup to win the big money, man. So, and then, like I said, on the other side, you can run back all the passing options and things like that. It's better passing options, I think, to go to on that side, even though the quarterback is way better on the Green Bay Packers side. But I just feel like when it comes to chemistry with the passing options, Fields probably has more chemistry with his passing options, in that he's already played a whole year with Mooney. And he just been there for another season, and they didn't even get to have a lot of connections in the first game due to the rain. But I just feel like he just has more people that he'll trust to throw the ball to if they get down. So I would say Fields is a better quarterback player in this game, and the passing options are probably better over here too as well. But that's your boy Jaystar. Hope y'all enjoyed this showdown video. Hope y'all win this big money, man. Like, I want to win this big money with my team playing too as well, man. And I don't really care, like I said, like, if we lose, so be it, like, I just want to win really over everything. So, like, I'll have the Fields lineups and everything like that, like I said, or any of their captains that I feel like could outplay Green Bay in this game. This could be a sleeper, sneaky win for Chicago, and they can actually go up in the division and be the number 1 team this year, for at least week 2, because this is the best time to get a jump on the Packers if they really wanted to. And get a big win. Like, they already came off a big win. But like I said, I do kind of expect, though, the Packers to bounce back. But it's all about if they can really control this game with the run or not. But that's your boy Jaystar, man. Just telling y'all, like I always do, man. Giving y'all the full out best players to play, man. Depending on basically defensive strategies and all that stuff. So y'all can really build these lineups out to really win some big money. It's your boy Jaystar, and I'm out. Hope y'all continue to like, comment, subscribe, man, to this channel, man. I appreciate all of y'all. 1,000, man. Woo. We did it. I'm out. Peace.